and address for the record and proceed with making your public comments. You're reminded that you have 3 minutes in which to offer your comments. So we will start with, I know I would mess this name up, so I was told Zany.
Good afternoon. I was hoping I was in first, but I'll start. Okay. Respected Council, thank you for the opportunity to speak here.
Your name and address, please.
Oh, sorry. Zaini, 3950 Southwest 7th Avenue Road, Ocala, 34471.
Thank you.
Respected Council, thank you for the opportunity to speak here. I'm here to bring up a call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Thousands are being starved, killed, and subjected to endless horrors every day, and there is no foreseeable end in sight. Calls for a ceasefire have been vetoed by the U.S. before, and I don't think that this accurately represents what the public wants. So I'm here to call for a ceasefire in Gaza at a county level. Many other counties in the U.S. have done so before, and I think Marion County should do its part to stand up for human rights today and ask for an end in genocide in Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you. Delphine Hubert.
Good afternoon. My name is Delphine Hubert. I live at 5373 Southwest 109 Place Road.
Back up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, shall I start again? Okay. A month ago, when I asked that the City of Ocala join with 70 others calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, 20,000 Palestinians had been killed. Today, that number is well over 30,000. Massive demonstrations have taken place throughout Europe for many months. And this past weekend, many American cities joined in an international day of action calling for an immediate ceasefire. Here in Ocala, some 75 or so came together on 2 short days' notice. The majority were friends from our local Islamic community, in whom I observed the depth of their anger and despair. While I agree that our president has dragged his feet on the exploding nightmare, I was shocked to see signs calling him Genocide Joe. Each of you might wish to join us when we next gather on the street, so these people, some with small children, can share their passion and their pain. Washington has heard the relentless cries for justice, and Vice President Kamala Harris now calls for a 6-week ceasefire. It is a beginning, but one that only delays and compounds the humanitarian catastrophe. Perhaps the timing is meant to be a respite during Ramadan, a time for reflection and sacrifice. But how much sacrifice might Allah demand from the millions of his believers so afflicted in Gaza? Soon Christians will celebrate the resurrection of the Prince of Peace, whom they believe suffered for our sins, which in the Catholic tradition include sins of omission. And 3 weeks later, Jews will celebrate Passover, the exodus from 400 years of slavery, while Palestinian sons and daughters of Abraham continued to be denied their place in the promised land. It is time for all celebrants to come to the table together even if the meal is meager and must first take place before the light of day. Spring heralds spiritual renewal for all peoples under the sun, the vast majority of whom want peace. This is not only the moral and ethical stance, it's the smart political position too. Thank you.
Thank you. Ibrahim Bennett.
Let's see. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council and everyone present. My name is Ibrahim Bennett. My address is 3950 Southwest 7th Avenue, Ocala, Florida, 34471. I'm here today to hopefully bring awareness to more of you here today on the issue of Gaza as well. I know there are already two speakers before me, but I feel like this is an important message, and not one person has to represent it. We have to have more people come from our community. We have to have more people stand and more people come out and speak about it. So I want to address the issue, and I would also like to bring awareness on what we have done in the past, how Ocala has been proactive, and how I hope we can be proactive in the future. The atrocities unfolding in Gaza have been going on for more than 100 days. Our government has failed to remain true to our purpose, to which this country was built on, which is the concept of liberty and justice for all. A government is a complex body of people which does not operate through any individual person. I know that we're all aware that we have senators, we have mayors, we have people who work together to build what is our government today. And only through building our community and having a stance and coming out and telling people how we feel about our opinion, county by county, going by county, and saying what we believe, can we make a real difference and get our voice heard in Washington. Last week, more than 75 people turned up to protest on the streets of Silver Springs, demanding a ceasefire and venting their frustration. I would hope in the future our community would build a community that can come together in times of hardship to make a difference through togetherness. Many people think that their presence doesn't make a difference, but in reality, every person who shows up can make a difference, and it starts by showing up and just being there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Manal Fakori.
Good evening, Manal Fakori, 3110 Southeast 17th Court, Ocala, Florida. Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, President Mansfield, our City Manager, to all of you and those that have already have spoken. I'm here to speak on a very serious and heavy topic. See, in a democracy, the ultimate responsibility for a nation's actions rests with its citizens. The very top rung of government, the entity with the ultimate power of governance, is the asserted will of the people. Therefore, in any democracy, it is essential that the citizens be fully and accurately informed. In the United States, currently the most powerful nation on earth, it's even more essential that its citizens receive complete and undistorted information on topics of importance so that they may wield their extraordinary power with wisdom and intelligence. Unfortunately, such information is not always forthcoming. The mission of If Americans Knew is to inform and educate the American public on issues of major significance that are either unreported, underreported, or misreported in the American media. It is our belief that when Americans know the facts on a subject, they will, in the final analysis, act in accordance with morality, justice, and the best interests of our nation and the world. However, with insufficient information or distorted information, they may do the precise opposite. So I'm here as well to say to you that more than 75% of Americans' consciousness have been awakened and are asking for a ceasefire. Violence only begets more violence. We are now in our 5th month. We heard that last month when we came in here, it was 20,000 people that have been killed, civilians. How many more have to die? And so we come to you as our elected officials in our city of Ocala, a city that we said is a city of compassion, to vote and to call for a ceasefire. It's the right thing to do. It's the easy thing to do. Just pulling away and acting that you're uninterested or that you don't care or that you're not taking action is not a decision that I think we can tolerate here in our city. Again, it's been more than 30,000 people. Some of the best work has been done by our allies, including our Jewish community. And I would say that you always have to go back to a root cause. It didn't start on October 7th. This is a 75-year brutal occupation, and that was a reaction. As horrific as it was a reaction. It could have been expected to happen any time. So I think as citizens, it is a local decision as well that we take action, and we're here to request that you call for a ceasefire as the city of Ocala. Thank you.
Thank you. Barbara Feitos?
Thank you. Barbara Feitos, 926 Southeast 12th Street, Ocala, 34471. I come before you today to read into the official record a letter that was sent to each of you individually on February the 26th as a follow-up to our presentation to you on February 6th. And it reads as follows. At the City Council meeting on Tuesday, February 6, 2024, the undersigned delivered heartfelt words in favor of the City of Ocala issuing a resolution supporting a ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinian Gaza Strip, while condemning the horrific attack in Israel and its citizens by Hamas on October 7th, the ongoing genocide of tens of thousands of innocent Palestinian citizens, including over 10,000 children, cannot and must not continue. Since we last spoke at your meeting, the death toll, mainly of innocents in the Gaza Strip, has risen to nearly 30,000. As many of us publicly stated at the meeting, this is neither a question of taking sides nor being branded as pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian, or pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel. Rather, this is a humanitarian crisis of far-reaching global proportions. Cities throughout the USA have responded to advance the cause of peace and justice and to promote the freedom, dignity, and liberation that the creation of a Palestinian state will assure. Above all, ending the violence immediately will allow passage of the vital humanitarian aid which must be delivered to the imperiled people of the Gaza Strip in order to prevent further starvation and death. Only a permanent ceasefire can begin to reverse this humanitarian crisis which has unfolded over the past 4 months. We therefore urge the City Council to join with numerous other cities throughout the nation in issuing a ceasefire resolution, and it was signed by the dozen people that were here at the meeting presenting at the meeting on February 6th. Also attached was a sample resolution with language that you all can consider and have your attorney consider in drafting a resolution to that effect. And we all here today that are speaking and who support this endeavor anxiously await your reply. Thank you very much.
Thank you. John Elliott?
John Elliott, 4550 Southeast 8th Street. I'll keep this short. I have just 5 points to make. As you recall, at the last meeting, we spoke forthrightly and with passion about the need for a resolution calling for a halt to Israel's reckless and counterproductive bombing of innocents. Since that meeting, the number of women and children killed and maimed has increased by more than many hundred. More than 75 cities across the USA have passed peace resolutions in the last 3 months. Resolutions which also call for the return of Palestine and Israeli hostages. As of last week, 51 cities have passed symbolic but important resolutions calling for a halt to Israel's Gaza bombardment, with 6 other cities passing resolutions advocating more broadly for peace. The result has been the Biden administration finally but belatedly putting pressure on Israel to ensure that their counterproductive ethnic cleansing approach and bombings of refugees, such as in the city of Rafah, cease. And by the way, I'm probably one of the few people here who has been to Rafah in my diplomatic assignments. Each of you have a unique responsibility, not only to our city, but to the prevention of humanitarian tragedies, no matter where in the world. Now is the time to issue a resolution, and we call on you to take immediate action. Do not table this appeal. Our voice matters, and your voice matters. I ask you to search your consciences and answer this call today with moral courage. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our public comments. Agenda item number 6.
Mr. President,
Yes.
if I may, it's our normal process for council to adopt a resolution that staff would prepare that and put it on the agenda at a future meeting. Is it the pleasure of council that we prepare a resolution to that effect?
I am not citing my name to that.
It's a no for
And I
me.
just think that after 3 times, there is something that we could be able to do to express our interest, and everybody wants peace. But express our interest in a way that we're not taking any sides, but we're calling for peace.
And I would think that the ceasefire, irregardless to the sides, is the appropriate thing to do. And I would think that we would do a resolution.
I would not be in favor of a resolution.
I would not be in favor. I would not be in favor.
Okay,
That's shameful.
thank you.
Very shameful.
Thank you. Agenda item number 6, public hearings. Before we begin our public hearing this evening, I'll ask our city attorney to provide a brief explanation of the public hearing process, the quasi-judicial nature of these proceedings, and the requirement that we base our decision on competent and substantial evidence. Mr. Sexton.